All right, family, greetings and welcome to Friday's page of Magnets, Crystals, Pyramids. I'm your host, Uncle Hanky, Uncle Rising Sun, here with the magnets, crystals on my neck. So we're going to move into the commercials and the invocation before we begin with our featured guest tonight, Wayne Chandler. The commercials will start with first and foremost. So wherever you're listening from, let us know what part of the world you are tuned in from as we start. Okay. And let's move to.
Peace, family. I wanted to show you some of these great quality t-shirts that were designed by the brother Shaka. The I Am t-shirts. I am a generator, an operator, and a destroyer. Great quality t-shirts, 100% cotton. If you like one of these t-shirts, reach out to the brother Shaka at N as in Nancy, F as in Frank, N as in Nancy, Shaka at gmail.com. That's NFN Shaka at gmail.com. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.
Here it is, family. The best soup in Brooklyn. Prepared meticulously, exclusively by the world famous Coconut Rob. Coconut Rob, what do you have in this delicious
what did I do?
conundrum? this awesome feast of nutritious delight. Tell us what you hooked it up with.
It's a combination of a couple of things, actually.
Couple? Looks like
Yeah.
a whole collage.
Well, the actual base of it is the great northern beans, great northern white beans, and then we did it with a whole, as you would say, a conundrum of vegetables. All right, the malanga cocoa, which I like, of course. It's a root vegetable, but it's low in starch and rich in vitamin B2. So we use that and let that kind of come to a boil in the water, and then that thickens the broth. Wow. Then we use the barrow bananas, butternut squash noodles. Also, we use zucchini noodles, bell peppers, red bell peppers, green bell peppers, yellow bell peppers. And in this one in particular, we brought both East African and West African seasonings. We used the East African seasoning called a shiro, which is usually used with miso wet and lentils and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's added like a little bit of spice. And then we use the Ghanaian seasoning in there that's called shitsu, or shitu, actually. It's like a red bean.
Lord have mercy.
This one is all vegan, of course. It's got a nice little spice to it.
Yeah, and those who are sensitive to salt, is there any salt in here?
Absolutely no salt.
No salt.
We don't use any salt.
What days are you here?
Well, today I'm here Tuesday. Tomorrow I'll be here too, but the soup days are principally Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. But, of course, the public demands, I'm going to probably make a small one also tomorrow as well.
Excellent. And, yeah, man, what's the contact number?
347-243-1678. And, of course, you know I'm here at Nicholas, Brooklyn.
1396 Fulton Street in Brooklyn, between New York and Brooklyn Avenue. God bless the cook and the time it took.
The toppings are arugula, avocados, a mango chutney, a cucumber chutney, and culantro, or what they call shadow benny. Baby spinach.
Family, I am here with a magical moment of young musicians. And this is Kim, Sister Kim, and she has a message about investing into the future musicians of our community. Sister Kim, tell us what you got here.
Hi everyone, Kim proud parent of children at the Big Apple Leadership Academy for the Arts. We teach HBCU high stepping marching band to our kids from age 5 and up. It is a free after school program, tuitionless, and it's open to all. Our kids are amazing. If you can, jump on our website. We're looking for support, donations. Our kids need new instruments so that they can high step on. Our website is www.balaa.org, BALAA.org. And I appreciate the time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And so, family, listen up close. We're talking about investing in the artists of tomorrow. By investing in them, if you have a little expendable change to invest in the youth, the genius, this is the opportunity. And in this description on this video will be the details of sending your donation to PayPal or Zelle or Cash App.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you for your support.
Remember to subscribe, share, and like this video. And magnets, crystals, pyramids, and remember to journey to the bliss.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Welcome to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids, and Journey to Bliss. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you, and Ashe.
Out a call to the warrior in you, to the healer in you, the king, the queen, the magician, the lover in you. Every single day, we are called to walk in our purpose. Answer the call. Lay down your burden and anything that holds you back and take your rightful place. The battle is everywhere. It's right in your face. Let's go.
Crystals and pyramids. Success is your destiny. Yes. Love, wisdom, power. Remember always who you are. Yes. Yes. I am. Love, wisdom, power. Yes. Yes. I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Love, wisdom, power. Yes, yes, I am. Wisdom, power. Master. Yes, I am. Yes, love, wisdom, power. Yes, I am. Say yes to yourself. Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay, family, we're going to do our nuke, poo, nuke, our I am that I am invocation. I am in me. I am in Miss Bliss. I am in Kafunya. I am in our guest host tonight, Master Wayne Chandler. I am in you, the listening audience, now and in the future. We say collectively and individually, thank you for being born. Thank you for being alive. Thank you for surviving the airport adolescence of your youth and your formative years. And in the spirit of Ubuntu, may us collectively experience remembering what we was born to do. And in the spirit of remembering, we look upon with our wings of our imagination our countless past incarnations and say, yes, I am forgiving all wave soul incarnations of my countless past lives. And I ask all past lives to please forgive me. And most of all, I forgive myself. And as we peel the heel of our consciousness into the here and now and unlimited possibilities of the future, we say, yes, I am forgiving all future possibilities, all waveform possibilities, and I ask all future waveform possibilities to please forgive me. And yes, I am forgiving myself. And with that being said, we call upon our ascended masters to give us the rope of hope to pull us out of the quagmire of our multi-level dream inception delusion of countless lifetimes of forgetting that we are divine beings having a human experience and getting caught into the appetite of our delusional desires lifetime after lifetime. So we call upon gatekeeper of Northern California, Saint Germain, who holds the entrance of the hollow entrance into the earth through Mount Shasta. We thank you and invite you. The latest Christ born in the Congo, Simeon Toko. We thank you and invite you, who called up an army of muscle-bound, bulletproof black angels to materialize in the Congo and flip over the tanks and heavy artillery and chase the occupationalist terrorists out of the Congo. Simeon Toko, we thank you and invite you. Ascended master who flew through the air, hungry lion proof, fireproof, walked on water, wrote 7 tons of prayers. Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, Sheikh Ibrahim, we thank you and invite you to be on the platform tonight. We call upon Imhotep, Ptahhotep, Akhenaten, Chief Geronimo, Chief Osceola, Chief Crazy Horse, Chief Sitting Bull, White Buffalo Calf Woman, Quetzalcoatl. We call on Thoth, the Atlantean, Ratah. We call on Atlantean ascended masters to be with us on the platform. Rest your hands on our shoulders and let us speak with divine eloquence and clarity. We call on Enoch, the Ethiopian, who ascended into the heavens and became Metatron. Be with us tonight. Archangel Michael, we ask you be with us. Rest your hands on our shoulders. Embrace us. Embrace our women and children, our family, friends, and loved ones. Protect them like deflector shields in their skin suit spaceship, wherever they may be. Remind them that they can call on your divine, multidimensional, intergalactic protection on a call in mental or acoustical invocation. We call upon Angel of Strength, Archangel Gabriel. We call on Angel of Healing, Archangel Raphael. We call on Angel of Knowledge and Enlightenment, Archangel Uriel, to be with us. We call on the forces of nature that live within us, as we are the sea of love, even though we may have amnesia while we are incarnated in this meat space suit. We call on the spirit of Buddha, Lady Buddha, Krishna, Lakshmi, Kuan Yin, Goddess of Mercy. We ask ascended masters to be with us tonight. We call on Marcus Mosaic Garvey. We acknowledge you. Thank you. Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Seraphis Bey, Kutumi, Sanat Kumara, Master Himalaya. We call on Honorable Elijah Muhammad, El Haj Malik El Shabazz, Shroom Master Dr. Sabi, Shroom Master Kalindi Ayi, Shroom Master Dr. George Washington Carver. We call on Booker T. Washington, P.B. Randolph, Zulu Healer Gatekeeper Credo Mutwa. we ask to be with us. And we say together, Ashe, Mahalo, Donada, Wado, Amen, Amen. And let's bring the co-hostess and the featured guests. Bliss,
Oh, okay.
Funya. Listen, look at Bliss. Bliss is filling her face, her pie face. And Master Wayne Chandler. Welcome, brother. Welcome.
How you doing, brother? How's it going?
All right, man. We putting you right between these colorful sisters right here, man.
Greetings.
Sounds strategic.
Yeah, there it is. I'm gonna fall back and get me some tea. Oh, you know what, Master Wayne? I want to share something in family. I'm gonna share this at the beginning. There is a secret recipe, possibly unlimited regeneration by having listen to this, Cafonia. Listen to this, family. You know, I've been pushing the Kinkaliba tea going into the holidays.
Yeah.
According to Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, heals everything except death, right? Cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure. Putting a xenon bulb next to the container of the Kinkaliba tea, there's some kind of interaction between that noble gas and Kinkaliba tea, family, that may have miraculous results. Internally and externally. I haven't tried it on the skin because I always put the maple syrup in it, but I just wanted to throw that out there and say, family, check out that Kinkaliba tea and have at least one xenon bulb next to it. With that being said,
I'm sure you're going to have it on December 16th, honey.
I want you to bring your Kinkaliba xenon bulb on your forehead, Cafonia.
I don't
want to see how you strut through the door of Nicholas bookstore.
I don't have one.
But moving forward, family, Master Wayne Chandler, I've been wanting him to come on the channel for quite a while. This brother here, I rave about him to our brother Rich. Told him, look, man, you got to get Wayne Chandler to tell you about the time he got hit by a truck and flew through the air, busted off his pants and walked away like he just didn't care. He's a published author of the famous bestseller, Ancient Future. Without further ado, we are honored to have on the platform, brother, Wayne Chandler. Give him a hand.
It's awesome to be here. Awesome to be here. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm going to go get some tea. So we got two lovely hostesses that will ask the question the mostesses. And family, write down in the chat where you're listening from so we can appreciate the global overview.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. First and foremost, I'm going to hand the mic over to Miss Bliss. How are you, Miss Bliss? I'm loving the afro. It is so beautiful. The antenna to the multiverse, the omniverse, and whatever else verse that we don't know about.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Welcome. Wayne Chandler, this is my first time meeting you via virtual reality, I guess. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you much. It's great to be here.
And I also like to welcome Brother Wayne Chandler. So many people have told me about you. And I remember when I saw you on Brother Rich's channel, how you were, talking about how we could regenerate our, well, in so many words, what I got out of it was like how we can regenerate our inner organs, and that each organ carries a frequency, and we can do certain energetic positions and whatnot. And I said, hey, going into this quote unquote so-called 2024, which in my belief, I don't think we're even near that with all the barbaric things that are happening in the earth. However, moving forward, I think it's very, very important for us to realign those very important organs and to also understand for real, that our health is truly our wealth. And with that being said, I think it's so important for the people to be there on December 16th at Nicholas Brooklyn so we can get our mind right, so we can get our body right, with practical applications. taking the knowledge and bringing it into a practical way where we can, heal our bodies, because I feel the creator who created the body can also heal the body given the right soil, as I would say. So that's my introduction. I'm so happy that you're here, and carry on.
Well said, Kufunya. Well said.
Well, I'm learning from the best. And shout out to Nicholas Brooklyn, as this is part of our spiritual legacy series that we're doing there. And we want to bring, the plants to these avatars, these brilliant avatars that have, took the deep dive to bring us the information, because there's so many distractions out there. We need to hone into our inner being and ourselves. Hey, every now and then I'll look and see what's going on out there. But at the same time, I am not going to vest my energy into what's out there, because sometimes it's a very big distraction. So, moving forward, that's all I have to say until Spirit gives me something else to say. How are you, Brother Wayne Chandler?
I'm doing well. The weather here has lightened up a little bit. The snow is almost gone.
You had snow?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Lord of His mercy.
yeah. We had snow, and the temps dropped to 24 degrees.
Where are you? In the mountains somewhere?
We're right below Canada.
Wow.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh,
Wow.
that makes sense.
It's the timing of having your presence, Master Wayne. And I'm saying it, family. I called him Master Wayne Chandler.
He is a
And
master.
the reason I'm saying that is because we got to give more accolades to our masters and ascended masters of the sun. And on your side here, Miss Bliss, she is a student of Tantra. And Kufunya is a student of crystals. And
more.
Acknowledgement to Adara and the Tantra teachers that we've experienced, Nit Yama and Master Yao. But the cornerstone, Master Wayne, tell us how important breath is in doing any kind of energy work.
Breath is essential. I mean, it is the building blocks from which all of what you do is based on. I mean, you can't move forward, inward, upward without breath. Breath is everything. All of the higher practices all factor in to sophisticated breathing techniques and practices to really make them authentic. Without that, then you're just really it's window dressing. You're basically wasting your time. And there are various factors that go along with the breath that makes transformation a possibility.
Yeah, I had the opportunity one time meeting a martial artist who was also a Qigong practitioner, and he was a second generation student of Grandmaster Alan Lee here in New York City. And my history was with massage, and I said, they say that a Qigong practitioner, when you grab hold of their wrist, it feels like their bones are iron wrapped in cloth or flesh, or the Chinese say it wrapped in silk. How does that help those of us, Master Wayne, over the age of 25, Qigong?
Yeah, you have a lot of different types of Qigong. I mean, it's a varied school of varied disciplines, And the type of qigong that you're referring to is what we call iron shirt. And
Mm.
iron shirt qigong is really a form of nigong practice. And you have to get, in order to achieve that level of internal mastery, it really follows a nigong platform. And the nigong, you don't hear a lot about the nigong training, but the qigong is the masculine dynamic. The nigong is the feminine dynamic.
Oh,
And the nigong is
let me take.
essential in terms of reaching higher levels of consciousness and proficiency in terms of manipulating the hologram of our reality. You can't do that without a solid Nigong practice. Nigong is visualization. Nigong is direct intention. Nigong is meditation. And the way Nigong fits and moves through the Qigong science is to give it foundation so that it basically pulls the energy that you're building within your body mind and takes that energy and applies it out into the environment so that shifts of reality can take place.
And well, something just came to me. Two things. How do you spell Nigong? That's the first thing. How do you spell that?
Neigong.
Uh-huh.
G
G what?
Gong.
Okay. And it makes sense to me because when you say it's a divine feminine, we are magnetic anyway. I mean, does that make sense, Master Wayne Chandler, of how that Nigon would work beautifully within the divine feminine?
Sure, of course, because the feminine is magnetic,
Mm.
and that's like critical for manifestation. So, like people that really get a lot into the abundance practices, attempting to generate, to manifest greater levels of abundance in various forms and fashions. There are ways that that is accomplished. And one of the main ways, of course, is facing north towards the northern magnetic pole, because without that energy flowing directly in to the intent of one's consciousness, that manifestation or principle of does not take place.
So Master Wayne, should we even be having uh, our bed facing north, with our head facing north, or with the bed facing north? This is important.
Yeah, it is important. You can face north and you can face east.
Okay, north and east. I'm taking notes, brother.
Oh, listen. Speaking of notes, ladies over the age of 25 in this Hollywood US of A that glorifies youth and has disdain for those of you over 30. Master Wayne, could you share how breathing techniques can help slow or arrest uh, age on our brothers and sisters so that they may be able to enjoy the magic of condensed breath radiating through their skin?
Yeah, no question. The when you get into all of the different systems, breath work is at the base, and that breath work is divided into a multitude of different factions, and they speak to different elements and experiences that take place within the human body mind. And you look at yoga, for example, and you have the science of pranayama, and you look at qigong, and qigong, everything is about the breath in qigong. Everything. I mean, that's its essence. And you look at certain aspects that are spin-offs that people don't even recognize or realize are qigong based, like tai chi. You know, tai chi is a form of qigong. And
Mm.
what makes tai chi, you know, practical is using the breath. And tai chi looks at the fulfillment of and the activation of all of the bodily systems, you know, that are intricately designed to give us optimum vitality. And the way that's done is utilizing the breath along with tongue connection. You know, what in the yoga systems they refer to as Kachari Mudra. And Kachari Mudra, along with breath activation, is what presents like just such a high level of vibrancy that impacts the organs directly, which in turn impacts the quality of skin and slows down or arrests the aging process.
This audience is into psychedelics, tantra, Master Wayne, health, and family. I'm telling you, this is the cornerstone. You must. There's no way of you activating crystals and having healthy plants, relationships, if you don't learn the the mechanics of breath from Master Wayne.
Breath work.
That's
Yeah.
what this is about. How did you get into breath mechanics, Master Wayne?
And how did you get into my head, on Rising? Because I was going to ask the same question.
Okay, I'm gonna fall back and drink tea.
I was going to ask him the same thing. Oh my God. All right. I'm going to zip it.
No, you got it now.
I got into the breath through yoga. You know, back in the day when yoga first reached a pretty solid entry point into Western. I hate to use the term civilization, but in terms of the Western Hemisphere, you know, coming into the Western Hemisphere, you know, I had the opportunity and the privilege, you know, to work with, you know, those masters, you know, who are actually bringing the science out of India into the Western Hemisphere. My first teacher was Swami Vishnu Devananda, who wrote the book, you know, the complete illustrated guide, you know, to yoga. And my second yoga teacher from Vishnu Devananda, I really got into pranayama and I got into
Mm.
the asanas, you know, the hatha path. And then the second master that I trained and worked with was Swami Satchidananda, who also later became the teacher and guru of who we identify today as Sister Alice Coltrane.
Whoa.
And so I trained with him, and from him I learned the bhakti path, which is the path of, you know, opening the heart and giving and receiving. You
Wow.
know, so through those practices, you know, I got very deep into breath work because you can't, like, from the bhakti path, it really focuses on using the breath to activate and open the heart chakra first.
Wow.
And then all of the other chakras fall in line and take their dictates from the heart. And that way you're always in a place of balance and completely void of dysfunction. So
Wow.
if you don't activate and open the heart first, then you could fall prey to the lower chakras and that lower chakra energy as it rises up, but it's going to hold dominance over your intentions and your mindset.
Oh, Ross Ben is in the building. Big up Ross Ben. He's in the building.
Wow, thank you for sharing. I wanted to say that a lot of people are approaching me because they seem to have the idea that the first chakra they should activate should be the third eye. Could you tell us the consequences of an attempt to try to activate the third eye prior to activating the heart chakra?
Yeah, I mean it's the same in terms of the heart. The heart chakra is and creates this field of integration and holistic balance. And so it really feeds in very specifically to body, mind, systemic integration. And without the heart, because a lot of people really believe that it's the brain that projects the greater field,
Mhm.
of energy that emanates from the human body mind, and it's not. It's the heart that gives all direction to all of what transpires in the human body mind. It all comes from the heart. You
Testify,
know,
Master Wayne. Testify.
you know,
That is so true because I learned through working with the chakras and working with the crystals and everything that the heart chakra is 1,000 times more stronger or powerful than in the non-local mind.
yeah.
And also that the energetic field that is around the heart chakra is the same energetic field that is around the earth. That's what I have learned as well. And I'm so happy that you're touching on that because a lot of our people, the reason why I think things cannot manifest is because their heart chakra is closed.
So true. That's so
I'm
on
just saying,
point.
I'm not a master yet, but I get these different downloads and whatnot. And yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
that's very accurate. That's so on point. Very much on point.
I just want to say that so when the heart chakra is closed, what are some of the things that you could tell us to assist with opening it? Because the heart chakra is closed for a lot of reasons. It could be due to something they experience over time in childhood or as they were growing up, and gradually it begins to close. And we may not even know it's closed. We're walking around here every day thinking we're loving someone, and actually our heart is not even activated. Our heart chakra is not activated. So could you look, Kafunya, you look like this Grace said your heart open. Which is Grace say, Kafunya?
They have to come to the workshop.
Oh, he's not going to do
Yeah.
the mechanics,
Will
but he
you
could
be
do the
presenting
overview.
something like that at the workshop so that people would have an idea of what you're going to be offering? Is that something you'll be teaching them?
One of the things I'm gonna take people through a variety of different dynamics to give them a deeper sense of who and more importantly what they are. We live in this three-dimensional construct, and so we take on the idea that we're three-dimensional beings, but
Mm,
we're not three-dimensional. We're
come on,
fourth
Heather.
dimensional beings. And because we're fourth dimensional and we're operating willingly in this three-dimensional construct, really it's a field of incarceration, and
All
it
right.
limits us
Facts.
in every way we can possibly imagine. So one of the first things that I always show people is that you are four dimensional in your character in your dimensional field. That's the first thing.
Wow.
Any and everybody. And I let them prove that to themselves so that they can experience that for themselves. And once they experience that, then they begin to, like, that light comes on and they go, wow, because developing that understanding that you're 4D and not 3D,
Mm.
that first step into making all things a possibility. You know, so one of the things that I work with people outside of that is like really going in and showing them how to balance all the different organs in the body. And they balance the organs through a specific series of breathing techniques, sound modulation, pretty much. You know, that every organ in the body has a specific sound that it corresponds to. When that sound is uttered, it goes directly into that organ and balances the energy in that organ and removes the excess negative frequencies that that organ acquires. And most of the frequencies, the negative low base emotional frequencies, come through emotional fields. You know, so when we talk about the heart and we talk about the heart being closed, most of us experience that either consciously or unconsciously every single minute of every single day, because we're always in survival mode. We're always moving through struggle, you know. Low base emotional frequencies have more directive in terms of dictating the directions we take in our lives than higher base emotional frequencies. You know, we're not connected to gratitude. We're not connected to loving qualities. We're not, you know, we really don't, we don't get what has really transpired in the last, you know, few thousand years that have created the level of consciousness that we employ, you know, as we move through the world today. And it's, you know, we're in a very, 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 very deep time now. You know, everybody, you know, is around. Not everybody. Matter of fact, in our community, very few people are talking about this. But you know, the reset, and the reset that's taken place. And the thing is that there are two resets. The first reset is going to be implemented and initiated by man.
Okay.
The second reset will be initiated by nature. And that's going to be the reset that is going to change the game totally. You know, I mean, we're moving and stepping into transformative times that, you know, for this particular epoch that we're in and have been in, are unprecedented.
It's so funny. This is like a continuation from last night when we had another guest, Diana Farr, who's a 10-year practitioner of alchemy, and she spoke about fight, flight, and freezing when we're reacting. And then she also spoke about us losing our connectivity. Like we're not connected anymore. It's like we're not connected to each other. We're not connected to the earth. We're not connected to the plants. We're not connected to the animals. I don't exactly know what we're connected to or if we're connected to anything at all.
We're connected to the system that has dictated where we go, how we get there, and what we look like when we arrive. That's what we're connected and addicted to.
Mm,
We
wow.
live in a constant state of survival mode based on systemic arrangement.
Mm, wow.
I want to share something for,
Mhm.
I'm going to use the paradigm, like how marketing is being done this day. First
Mm.
time I experienced family, bliss, Cafunia, listening audience, the direct experience was being intimate with a woman who practiced Qigong. That was something I will never forget. And I experienced that when I was in my 20s, and she was way older than me, but she was into the Qigong art. Master Wayne, how can Qigong charge up? And I'm going to leave it blank like that.
Yeah, I mean, Qigong, um, one of my one of my teachers actually wrote a book because I studied directly, with Montauk Chia,
Mm.
um, this other woman named Minka DeVos, and Minka DeVos was a senior student of Montauk's, and she has written a book. The book is um, Tao Tantric Arts for Women, and it's an amazing piece of work.
Say that
Amazing.
book again so Miss Bliss can write it down.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, let me grab it.
Now we get into the gristle, as they say. Yeah, everybody who practices any form of healing love cultivation, whether it's tantra, therapeutic touch, massage therapy, this is a must-have knowledge. Go ahead, brother. Oh,
Yeah,
let me
so
pull you full
this
screen.
is the book.
I think I have that book. I have to check it out. My library.
Wow, you got that?
So it's really, and I feel blessed in the sense that, I've been able to train and study with both female masters and male masters. So I've been able to integrate that yin and yang dynamic and see how, you know, the feminine does things differently in various ways than the masculine does. And I'm able to be in a position where I can pick and choose which way I want to go. I can
Wow.
say, well, this makes more sense to do it this way. You know, like if we're doing spinal cord breathing, Montauk, his hands are like closed and he's shoo, shoo. But Minka, when she goes, her hands open. And that's
Wow.
just a little change that most people may think is like not even significant, but it's very significant because it's reflecting holistic openness as you move open and then come in and the hands close. Expand and contract, and all things go out into the environment, into the universe. Come back, contract, constrict, and bring everything back in to your own being. So I feel very fortunate, in that I've been able to train, on both levels in that way.
That's deep. That's a deep insight that you just shared.
I
Very
I
deep.
I would like to circle back to something in terms of what came to my mind is that uh, our people and many other people around the world right now are going through immense trauma. And I was thinking, before a person goes to a psychiatrist or a psychologist, or they can go both at the same time, do you think qigong would be a good thing, or nigong would be a good thing for the trauma that many people have experienced, no matter what it is, whatever that trauma is? Because we know that our people have gone through psychological trauma of self-hate, wanting to look like another person, and all of these other distractions of disregarding the God particle that have created them, by this self-hate, like you were saying before, Master Chandler, that we're attached to or addicted to the so-called matrix here, and we got caught up in it, and we abandoned our own systems, sometimes through force. Either you conform, or you'll be annihilated, or just being how can I say it? The words just don't come. But do you understand when I'm
Sure, yeah, definitely. And this,
here?
again, Qigong, the system of Qigong that I use and teach others, the first element is really emotional integration and
Emotional
balance. That's
integration.
the first thing. Every organ has a specific emotional field that's connected to it. So, for example, the liver directly integrates with the emotional field of anger, the kidneys,
Ah,
fear, lungs, depression, grief, sadness, the spleen, worry, so when you learn these specific practices that balance these organs, then you're balancing the emotional fields that are directly connected to them. And that's where you have to really begin, because until you're having and carrying some degree of emotional fortitude through balance of the different emotional frequencies that are moving through your body, you're going to be all over the place. So people come to me all the time. They say, well, I try to meditate, but I can't meditate. My mind is all over the place. Well, your mind is all over the place because all of the different emotional fields that are emanating from the different organs in your body are moving without synchronicity. They're all over the place. So once you bring them into a specific design of how they need to function and operate, the mind automatically moves into a state of tranquility and peace. And you're able to go into meditation.
well, Master Chandler, I know by dealing with different people, and they're having this issue with their kidneys. They're having kidney failure. They might be having their body may be experiencing cancer and all of these other things. And from my teaching, I've learned that because you might, like, especially for the breast cancer, is unexpressed emotions. Like you're suppressing the emotions, whether it's anger, whatever. Is there a system, and you may touched on it already? So, in other words, you're saying to bring the balance into the organs, all of these different things can be released from the body and the healing can begin. Because Dr. Caroline Mace was saying that one of her audience member was in the last stages of cancer. And by the time the talk was finished, she no longer had that anymore. because she released whatever layers, she released that onion of emotions, and she was able to heal herself.
90% of all illnesses come through imbalanced emotional fields.
Let's go.
90%.
That's powerful.
Very.
I would like to ask you, with our folks living here in America, what have you noticed is most dysfunctional as far as breathing of people as trauma survivors? I'm talking about our folks. What do you notice in general about the breath of men and women?
When you operate on a consistent basis in survival mode, then you have to take into consideration that you're in a constant state of desperation. And being in a constant state of desperation keeps you in a constant state of fear. And being in a constant state of fear, most people now, they don't like to call it fear, so they like to refer to it as stress. You know, but being in that state, this impacts, you know, like basically the fear-laden glands in the brain, which are the amygdala on either side of the brain. And once the amygdala registers this fear, then the amygdala sends this fear through the body and houses that fear down in the kidneys. So the kidneys are the receptacle of that emotional field. Now, once you're moving through and with that kind of consistent dysfunction, we're talking about survival mode, we're talking about desperation, we're talking about fear, and living in that from minute to minute, hour to hour, day to day, year to year. You know, your breath in terms of a breathing pattern that's going to create a level of vitality and operational functionality is non-existent. It doesn't even exist.
You know, Master Wayne, I've heard more than one sister talk about when they align with their divine feminine, how people almost don't know how to react around them. I've had actually a sister that, you know, like somebody, and she's not a spring chicken, but I was encouraging her to move from her monkey mind and get back in touch with her feminine essence. And she said, well, I did. Even her voice tone changed. And she said, but it seemed like I was influencing everyone around me. How is that possible?
Because everything is frequency. And you take an individual, you know, who is cultivating, you know, a higher level, you know, of transformative frequency, then that frequency doesn't just stay within that individual. It moves outside into the environment and influences everything that it comes in contact with. So things that are malleable, things that are receptive, you know, to frequency are shifted, are impacted, imprinted, you know, in various ways, depending on the individual.
So what you're saying is the greatest revolution that can happen is people start harnessing their breath.
Oh, no question. I mean, because we live, when all of that fear enters into the kidney body, you have to remember what sits atop the kidneys are the adrenal glands. And with that much fear, you know, moving into that organ, it keeps the adrenals like just in a constant state of overflow and dysfunction.
I have a question. I don't know if you've ever taken psychedelics before, but at times some of the breathing exercises, you can almost have a psychedelic reaction or a sort of a comparable response as if you were taking a psychedelic. Have you ever experienced that before, or have you
Sure,
taken
of course.
psychedelics to compare?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Hmm, interesting. So there's more than one way to heal, I guess.
Well, this is the thing, and this is we're moving into a place now. Um, Let me see if I can grab this.
That was a good question, Bliss. Yeah, that was a good one. Oh yeah.
Thank you.
So we're now moving into a place where, like, this particular supplement is called Pineal XT Gold. And this is a supplement that literally moves in and activates, pineal response based on the removal of all types of, coagulated materials. Um,
Oh, decalcification?
yes.
That's a decalcification. Oh,
So
wow.
Oh, let me make you full screen so we can see it.
I
Hold
can
on.
never get StreamYard always goes backwards. It's like
Yeah, you got it. You got it right there.
We see it.
Pineal XT Gold.
It's a decalcification tool. Yes.
It's a decalcification, and it really works with both glands. It works with the pineal, but it also works with the pituitary as well.
Hmm.
And so there's another formula that's called amanditol, and amanditol reflects this secretion that comes out of the pineal and the pituitary, called anandamide, or the bliss hormone. So anandamide, they've now put together an actual herbal, complement that helps to pull the anandamide into the body and move it into the areas where it impacts and imprints on consciousness. So the whole idea now of, like, using all of these various psychedelics, to get, these glands to work, because basically that's what the psychedelics do. You can now use just specific herbal formulations that go in and do these things without them being as intense and moving you into these higher states of consciousness and allowing you to be the driver behind the wheel.
Wow.
I'm just fascinated. This is right up my alley. I really want to see people win in all levels of life, because I feel that the God particle that is within us and creation did not put us here to suffer on the planet. And the reason why we suffer is because we don't know who we are and what we are made of, because of the infection of the draconian vibration to our people. But right now, like you're saying, Master Wayne Chandler, that we have an opportunity to invest in our own greatest version of ourselves.
Oh, no question.
Huh?
Yeah, no question. Definitely.
And so this Pineal XT Gold, will you be bringing some of those products on December 16th?
Yeah, I can bring some products with me when I come.
Oh, please do.
I mean, like the pineal gland, I mean, even, and I'm sure Ross Ben, will verify this, it has crystalline structures within it.
Facts.
They have found actual crystalline structures within the pineal, and it really allows that absorption of very specific types of frequencies to move in and through the body mind, and so we're at a time where it's a new day, and we really want to position ourselves strategically to take advantage of it, because the amount of work that you used to have to put into getting from point A to point B takes half the work now if you have the right information.
Woo.
Someone has a question. They wanted to know, well, I'm sure you're not going to tell them this right now, but the 7 chants for each chakra, will you be sharing that at the presentation or something more?
No, I'm not going to share the 7 chants, but
That's Rob Moses going deep like that, Bliss.
yeah, what I will do, because see, chakras, the field of the chakras, and it speaks to the basic anatomy, like when you get into the chanting of each chakra, what you're really working with is the chakral web that lies behind the actual chakra.
Mm-hmm.
And the chakral web, it has its own unique responsibilities in terms of what it works and how it works through the body mind infrastructure. And a lot of that, is the chakral web is that web that really protects us from the astral realms. So when the chakral web becomes damaged, that's when you can use actual, like, I do medical qigong as well as regular qigong. I do medical qigong. So one of the things in medical qigong that we learn how to do is to use colors to seal the tears, holes, or abnormalities in the chakral web. Because once you have tears and holes in the chakral web, once it's compromised in any way, shape, form, or fashion, then you open yourself up to like infestation from other dimensional planes.
All right.
So when we look at, if you're not an individual who knows how to go in and close those, heal those, then that's where the chanting of the different chakras comes into play, because through that chanting frequency, you can actually close up those tears, splits, holes, those abnormalities that take place in the chakra web.
I have a question. So I'm reading a book where the shaman was able to see the tears in someone. So how would you or someone know that there's a tear in a particular chakra? Is there anything else other than a practitioner who could actually see it?
You can scan them. You develop your energy in a way where you can go in and actually feel all of what is dysfunctional or not working in ways that it should be, within the human body mind.
Healing Hands of Light, I think, from Barbara Brennan. That book.
Yeah, I would.
That's a really good book.
Yeah, it's a good book, but I would recommend a better book from my teacher in medical qigong, which is called "Your Hands Can Heal You."
Okay, I'll
And
check that one out too.
I
I
love.
read Barbara's books. I thought it was good, but yeah.
yeah, it is good. It is good. But it's an old school piece
Yes.
of work, and that's not to say that it's not relevant or does not hold relevance any longer.
Mm-hmm.
But information grows over
Right.
time. They release more and more of what has been held as secret, in a lot of these places. And so, my teacher, he's cold blooded, I mean, because he's the confidant right now to I can't Tony Robbins.
Oh, Tony Robbins. I know of him. He's a
Yeah,
great motivational speaker.
right, right. Well, my teacher is his personal physician and
Wow.
his confidant.
Master Wayne, I'm also, what comes to mind is the training I took with Bliss. I took something called pranic healing, which I mentioned before. And that was under Master Choakuk Sui, who's now an ancestor. And he came out with several books, but I went to the workshops and they cultivated teaching hand sensitivity. Go ahead, Master Wayne, speak on it.
My teacher is the senior student of Shawakatsui.
Special shout out to Master Man. He was in Jersey, Mendoza. He was one of them.
Now this is Master Stephen Cole.
I might have heard that name. It sounds familiar, but I haven't connected
Yeah.
with him yet. I was studying under at that time.
He was Chawa's like #1 Chila. He was like his top student.
I studied under a brother named Del Pei back in the day. That was like back in the 80s, but him and Master Choakuk Sui parted ways before Master Choakuk Sui, made his ascension. But his teaching, for those of you who are studying Tantra, Taoism, you must get into pranic healing and Qigong because listening to you always reminds me how little we really know.
Oh yeah. I'm
We
telling
know
you.
so little. The more we study, the more we realize how little we know.
Yeah. The beauty of pranic healing is that it's an organic system. So it's always changing, growing, and transforming itself. It's amazing in terms of just how it like acclimates to different frequencies and times that the environment produces. It's really something.
Special acknowledgement to my brother, Dr. Bashar Wilson. He's also listening. How important, Master Wayne, before a person of any kind of practitioner, how important is aura cleansing or room cleansing or just preparation before doing a healing session?
Really very important. I mean, when I'm doing probably like 98% of the healing work I do is remote. That's my specialty. My specialty is remote healing. And whenever I'm doing a healing session, there's always a specific type of incense that is being used. And I'm always playing the Om CD in the background, always, to create that frequency to permeate the entire space.
That's awesome. Because we've heard me and Bliss has heard all kind of colorful stories of unimaginable situations.
Yes, yes. I just want to make sure. So the family is looking for the book, Your Hands Can Heal. I don't know if you guys could see that, but It's Your Hands Can Heal You by Stephen Coe, C-O, and Eric B. Robbins, M.D. And I think it is on Amazon also if you want to get that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So on Amazon? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to say if King Simon and Ross Ben is still in the chat, you know, Master Wayne was mentioning something about the pineal gland and the crystals. And also, I know King Simon was in martial arts and everything like that. So I was wondering if they would be
That's my
willing,
man, King Simon. You know, both of them, Ross and King
if
Simon.
they're
Those
able to come in. I sent
are my brothers.
I sent them the link if they feel like they want to come in and contribute to this fantastic inner world conversation that we're having. And it's so important to me. And I want to give a shout out to also Monique of Nicholas, Brooklyn, because as part of the spiritual legacies, we and also Rising Sun is part of the spiritual legacies, and our beautiful brother Lloyd Strayhorn. We have a crew, and I could say anonymously that we are here to elevate our people. You know, in this time more than ever. You know what I'm saying? And I just love. Nicholas, Brooklyn, which has been established since 1974. And let me tell our people something. It's time for us to get busy with supporting ourselves, you know, because every other business that comes into our community siphons from our energy. And we don't even keep our own funds in our community for how many hours? I forgot King Simon said how many hours it's staying.
6
Huh?
hours. 6 hours.
6 friggin' hours, yo. You know, and we could shut down this whole matrix if we wanted to by not spending with the people who don't give two shits about us. And like Michael Jackson was spot on, and I don't know how many people were listening, but they should have got the assignment of them don't care. The reason why they don't care about us is because we don't care about us. Some of us, not all of us.
Yeah,
I'm observing Miss Bliss. When you started speaking of those advanced principles, Master Wayne, the putty cat got up in Miss Bliss' lap. And I remember when we used to do Qigong, my cat would do the same thing. He would like walk in between everybody doing the practices. What is it about cats and Qi, Master Wayne?
Yeah.
I don't think you heard the question.
This cat feels the energy at times of the speaker. Although people may think you're far away, I don't know what it is about her, but she can feel the energy somehow. So
because
she'll be just enjoying it, basking in it.
So,
I have classes that I teach.
Oh, okay.
I teach a class called The Alchemy of Inner Empowerment, and it's an online Qigong class. And one of the first things that we do is the student reaches out and scans me and feels my energy field, you know, and the whole idea of distance and disconnection, it's an illusion.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, because you can send healing energy to someone who's all the way on the other side of the world. And
I do it all the time.
Yes.
All the time.
This is true.
Because thoughts carry a frequency as well, with the intention of what you want to bring to others and to the world. Because like with all the chaos that's going on, Some people say it's CGI. I don't even know what to believe, but I'm not going to invest my energy in that kind of war porn. I'm not going to do that. But I do, if it is happening, which they say it is, I'm just sending love and light to them, and some people were saying when we had Minister Dr. Wesley Muhammad at our spiritual legacies, well, how come this is not happening, and how come that's not happening, and how come you don't do anything, and whatever. And if the God particle exists in us, anyway, I'm going to read something, but go ahead, Miss Bliss, and go ahead, Unc Rising. I'm going to read the quote to you.
Yeah, breathe.
I'm breathing. The quote is so powerful, but go ahead, Miss Bliss. I'm looking for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
So that's a good question, actually. So I just want to know, at your workshop, a lot of our brothers and sisters are stressed out about our jobs, stressed out about money, about family, relationships. Would the breathing exercise assist them or show them how to handle some of these difficult situations? Like, let's say there's another pandemic and everyone just freaks out and runs to go get the chuk chuk chuk. Like, how could this breathing help them to like sit and recognize what's going on and calm down? I mean, anything. Would it help, or is it going to be chaos and mayhem and everybody running and scratching and screaming?
Well, we haven't seen anything yet.
Oh no, not another prediction. No.
We haven't seen anything yet.
Uh-oh. There you go. Confirmation, family.
And when we move into 2024,
I don't want to be the one giving the forecast.
You already know. We already know.
I do not want to be the one giving the forecast for 2024. I will say you better get on your knees and pray. I'll say it like that.
And if you don't have a pistol, you better have a crystal.
That's right.
But this is what I wanted to read to the family, and please take this in. This came in through my feed. It says, if God lives in you and is part of you, then you have the obligation to walk the earth as a god or a goddess. When I saw that, the power is in our hands, like Unc would say, masters of the universe.
Yeah, I mean, but it is about, self-realization, and then to take that self-realization and turn it into self-cultivation, so that you have like just an optimum outpouring of that divine potential that you carry. And, that's the key,
And I feel through the breath work that you were talking about, you can tune in to that frequency that governs everything that we have within us.
You can tune into that frequency. You can develop a level of clarity that will allow you to make more strategic and better decisions about your life. One of the things that I feel is like really critical to have an understanding about regarding Qigong is that it aligns you with cosmological and divine intention.
Yes.
And so once you're in harmonious accord with the overall holistic intention of divine consciousness and cosmological order, then the universe, divine intention, has your back. And
100%.
You're protected in ways that are immeasurable.
And you know what, Master Wayne? I used to be a part of East West Books and Yoga Studio, and that's how I met Unc Rising Sun and a lot of other people that used to come through there. And through the different books there, I amassed a really good library of these ancient teachings and whatnot. And in one of the books that I read, or I either got a download of it, one day I was holding court there, and I just got a download saying, hey, you see this chair that we are sitting on, or do you see all these material things that you are interacting with? That was first non-physical first. That was in the spirit first. And then because of the energy that you put into it, it made manifest. So I said to myself, because I was working around crystals like at least 5 to 7 days a week, very different frequency, like moldavite and the Marian seed crystals, and a lot, okay? And the singing bowls and the Tibetan bowls, right? And by the way, on December 16th, I'm gonna be opening the way with the Tibetan and crystal bowls that day for a sound bath. And we may have a gong, Master Chandler. But the fact of it is that we have never been taught, let me put myself on screen. We have never been taught that thoughts create reality.
You gotta thank Rockefeller, because he didn't want you to be taught. He just wanted you to be a robot. So there's a reason that you haven't been taught.
And also in the sacred text, not only the Bible, which we know many verses and everything has been taken out of it, you know, by their works you shall know them, and the power of the tongue. What we speak, you can either speak life or you could speak non-life, but we are so powerfully, you know, I'm just on fire right now, because I just love this conversation that we're having with our master teacher, and the fact that, you know, when me and Monique were sitting down deciding who is going to be our next spiritual legacy being in the building, I said, Monique, we're going into the quote unquote 2024, and December is supposed to be the end of 2023. We should close out with a high level elevation of the restoral of health and wellness. And that's why I am so thankful that Master Wayne Chandler knows the assignment, and that we know the assignment of, let's go, family. Let's invest in yourself. You don't want to miss this workshop and lecture, because my brother, Master Wayne Chandler, is going to be doing a lecture first, and then we're going to be going into the workshop. And if you're interested in the workshop and what we're going to be doing on December 16th, which adds up to a number 7, which is a God number, a manifestation number, just like in 2024, it's going into a 8, which is an upside, you know, an infinity sign when you turn it on its side. It's the time for us to let's go. And what's the brother's name? I can't remember his name. He was talking about the power of Jupiter, that we're in also the frequency of Jupiter so we can make manifest if we know and believe that we can. I'm sorry, not sorry.
You're on fire, but that's okay because you're a fire sign. So I fully expect you to burn the house down.
I'm telling you. And if you want information on how you can get your package to invest in you, okay, since we've been investing in everybody else, putting their kids through college and everything else, it's full time that we manifest, that we invest in who we are and how we can bring more spiritual legacies to Nicholas, Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just so thrilled to have master teacher, author, health practitioner, Qigong, Qigong. Let me breathe.
Yeah, California, slow your roll. Breathe. Breathe. That's the way you might have to take it through a breathing right now. Getting all excited like we in church.
I'm telling you, I'm just like family. And also it's limited space, so I know we might have a lot of people. Alexandra from East. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta call them back.
Well, I'm going to add this. These are going to be the items that I'm going to be sharing December 16th. Master Wayne, I'm into magnets. And this disc is what I'm going to be having available, family. It's, I call it Enoch's magnetic disc.
Woo!
This is a combination of neodymium magnets, 6-sided, and it seems to be pretty powerful as far as doing for massage or magnetizing water for your pets. And I kept my cat alive for 25 years, and Chloe, she was alive for 24 years by magnetizing their water and having that magnetizing their food. And I found that to be very helpful. Also, this Sunday, we're having here at Nicholas the Black Wellness Market. I'm going to have the magnet discs and also the xenon pyramids available. And I will also have that available at the upcoming event with Master Wayne Chandler. Will you have your books available also? I mean,
Yeah, I'm going to bring some books for sure.
And products.
Because California always going to push the products and push the tea, and she'll have her cup there, so she can sit.
And also, we have a special guest, and his name, I always get it mixed up. Adinka, hold on. He's going to be opening, he's our special guest. And also, Professor Kaba will be passing through. He will be setting up his vending items as well. So we're going to have a party. We're going to have a party up in there, Wayne. By the time we get finished.
Bliss, you alone is a party.
Yeah, you can tell, huh? Bliss, if you come to something like this, you're going to have to bring your pillow. Because when the sun go down, Bliss go down. You're going to have her on the side and, just practice doing Qigong. And she'll be there with her kitty cat, rubbing her cat while the cat's sopping up the tea.
Yeah, we like to have, we don't do it for the likes. We do it for the love. I'm telling you, this is a love vibration. And when you do what you love, everything, like talking about that heart chakra and everything comes into your world.
Yeah.
And Monique is in the building. She's so shy.
I gotta say, shout out to Kafunya. Her heart is totally open, and I was at another presentation where it was Ashwa Kwesi, and your energy is just like exploding. So I don't know what's gonna happen when you take this breathing because you might just put the whole room in there and set it on fire. But yeah.
I'm gonna be well grounded. I'm gonna have my grounding crystals.
Oh, neat. So, do you recommend anyone bring anything for grounding? 'Cause it's funny that you
Yeah,
mentioned that.
that's a
So
good question.
I know we use grounding instruments and grounding tools when we're practicing tantra. So, would you recommend someone bring something to assist them with that?
Sure, you can. I mean, like I use a grounding mat when I'm
Yes.
doing my healing. You know, I have a grounding mat that I use. You know,
Yes,
so
that's what we use.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Also, a question is being asked: is it going to be live streamed? I am not sure, but if it is, just pay attention. Call Nicholas Brooklyn 718-858-4400. We may not. I have to have a conversation with the team to see how we can make that happen. And if it does, it will more than likely be on an Eventbrite link. So stay tuned, stay in tune, and you could either contact, and it'll be on Unk Rising Sun's platform. And King Simon, I believe, is going to be doing an interview with Master Wayne Chandler, teacher and author and healer. And we'll put the word out if we're going to live stream or not. But the best thing, and I know you can feel it through what we're doing right now because this is live, you know. But if you can, reach out to your tri-state people and tell them to get on board. Like Bob Marley said, get your ticket and get on board, before the train leaves the station.
Bliss, what did you give Kafunya? Because she's lit up tonight.
I'm sending our energy right through the screen.
Okay. All right. Yeah, she's fired up.
I think Master Wayne is also too sending out good vibrations and love vibrations, But I just love the energy, and a shout out to Nicholas Brooklyn, shout out to King Simon, shout out to everyone who's involved. Miss Bliss, that afro is it's like an antenna. It's sending out some kind of frequencies. You know what I'm saying? Sending out something. So, Wayne, I don't know how much more time you have with us, but we really appreciate love what you are bringing to us at the so-called 12th month of the Gregorian calendar. Okay? And it's very, very important that people understand, and take a stand to invest in themselves.
For real. Yeah.
We got to do it. And plus, I'm not saying anything else. I'm going to turn it over to Unk Rising and Miss Bliss.
Yeah, she's getting overwhelmed, Wayne. I think your chi is starting to override her. Because she can't make up her mind whether she want to be behind this little picture or she want to be full screen. So we're coming up on an hour and 30 minutes. So this is good enough. I want to thank you, Master Wayne. I want to thank you, Miss Bliss, for staying up past bedtime. And I want to thank you, Kafunya. And I want to thank you, Monique and King Simon and Ross Ben, for being present. And most of all, I want to thank you, the listening audience, who've partaken in this energy network celebration. Thank you. And in spirit of Ubuntu, may everyone have a wonderful weekend. And we wish you the best. Blessings, peace, night, night.
Yes, 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 yes.